Sup? And we're back with another installment of 20 minutes of Kizers. Um, we're just going to jump right in because there's so many to look at, but we're going to start here in this row today. And so let's just do it. Yeah, look at this thing. This kind of started a tempo. I believe this was one of the models that started a tempo towards more traditional pocket knives for Kizer versus, some of the earlier stuff that were like this kind of hinder design, bigger, kind of bold design work. This knife here, this is a Kizer Corto. It's an Azo design, a KI 4459A1, S35VN titanium, and then I believe that's a carbon fiber insert in there. It's got some milling on it, but I think it's carbon fiber. It's either carbon fiber or G10, but a little more started to bring in a little more traditional look. Nice titanium stamped pocket clip, frame lock. It's on washers. Good snappy action. This thing probably run really well if I would just use it. It's been in this case for a minute. But yeah, the Kizer Corto, Corto. Oop. There we go. Next. Look at this thing. Come on, man. This is a Kizer Kyrie, I believe. Titanium scales. Look at the milling. Polished up on the top of this wonderful titanium that's been milled. So the top of it is polished out. TK Knives designs. What else does it say there? I don't know. TK Knives. Frame lock. Great action. Reverse flick. Thumb flick. And then it also has a really nice back flipper. Yep. Kind of a weird design, but boy, does that thing melt in the hand. Yep. Excellent knife. And just love the milling. It's one of the things that attracts me to Kizer is because they have so many of these titanium pieces with just amazing millwork. Like they really went out of their way to do these well. Pocket clips reversible on this one. Titanium clip. Yeah. Yeah, this is a cool one. This is a cormorant. I think it's a special edition for one of the store channels. It might be for White Mountain Knives or Blade HQ. I'm not sure, but this one has seen a ton of pocket time with me, and the reason it's in this case is because I'm going to sandblast these scales. I found my blasting equipment and I'm gonna sandblast these scales and see if I can't put a texture on them because they're really smooth. Now I own a couple of this same knife. I like it so much. One of the things I will mention is that I have talked about the death of the button lock with the new button liner locks and button frame locks and stuff. Don't let me in any way make that seem like I would never own a button lock. This is one of my absolute favorite knives, and it's not going anywhere. And one of my favorites, just in the sense of the cormorant. I have, as you'll see as we do these videos, I have several cormorants, and I really, really, really like them all. Yeah, every one of them. It's such a unique knife. And it's one of those that I passed on so many times. And it's because of that blade shape. It looks like the beak of a dirty bird or something. I don't know what it is, but aesthetically, it just never did it for me. And so I passed and I passed and I passed. And I never got one. And then something happened and I bought one. And I got to tell you, once I got it in, I think it was one of the original the black and white G10 with S35VN. Once I got it and I started running it through its paces, I it literally was an awakening. It's like it's such a good knife. The hollow ground blade shape, the ergonomics of the handle, the way that my hand fits on this thing, the pocket clip. I mean, the Cormorant is absolutely one of my favorite knives, and I get it why so many people go, yeah, I would never own one, because I thought the same thing until I got one in hand. That subdued back flipper, perfect. The front flipper, perfect. The thumb flick, wonderful. The reverse flick, money. And then the button itself, yeah. Yeah, the Cormorant. Well, anyways, this one's going to be a project. I'm saving it to do a video where I sandblast this and put a real nice rough texture on all that. I'm looking forward to doing that. So that'll be in a future video. Next. So this was by a choice. This is a Kizer Yorkie. And this one's in M390 steel, micarta scales, and it's got little steel liners in there, and steel liner lock. And I had a titanium one at one point, and I decided I was only going to keep one. And this is the one, I kept this one over the titanium one. There's something about this micarta. It's that really good stuff. And how it's blacked out. This one just did it for me, man. Titanium pocket clip, wonderful action, drop shut, and of course this Ray Laconico design, which I'm a big fan of Ray's. Like his designs, they all kind of run similar, and so it gets to the point to where you can kind of recognize his stuff. Just based on the overall look of a knife. His stuff has a style that's recognizable, in my opinion. Now, can I recognize every knife he's ever designed? Probably not. But many of his knives fall along those style lines. But yeah, I like this little Yorkie, and I definitely liked it over the titanium version. Next, yeah, this is old school look again. Got that finger guard, thumb stud, frame lock, hollow ground, lots of hollow grinds, and this one's actually got a nice little recurve to it. S35VN steel. This is a Rugiada, Rugiada. KI 3401 A1. It's got this stoned pattern on the titanium, and then it's been anodized, obviously. Tip up or tip down on the pocket clip. I believe this one's on washers, but it runs wonderfully. Like any of these Kizers that are on washers, man, if I just polish up them washers and clean it up a little bit, these things lock up tight as a drum and have amazing action. Yep, they run really well. This one's pretty fancy. Wonderful in hand, just tucks right in there. All right, to continue forward. This is a cool knife. This is a Kizer Envoy. There it is right there. Stonewashed S35VN steel. It's a KI 3493. Titanium scales, titanium stamped pocket clip, titanium backspacer. It's a frame lock. It is on bearings, runs wonderfully, and it's a small knife, but it's like a perfect size small knife. Yeah, just 4-finger. Oh, this thing's so nice. Yep. Lightweight. Can choke up on there. Just a great little smaller pocket knife. Love the gosh, the scalloping, or there's a name for that and I can't think of what it is, but yeah, it's pretty cool. The Envoy. Next, the Feist. And we're going to have a couple of these, but this is Lindquist design, titanium, S35VN. I believe that's DLC on the blade on this one. Titanium pocket clip, frame lock, A-level action. It's got a crown spine on the blade. Front flipper only, but oh, is it nice. Yep. And this is a great little pocket knife. Wonderful. I have a couple of these. Here's, I believe, the first one I ever got, and I got this one a long time ago, and I just keep it because I've had it so long. Yep. Been sharpened about 50 times. I don't know, man. Like this thing rode in my pocket a lot. Crown spine, G10, steel liners, Bruce Spring steel pocket clip. And what was the steel on this? Come on, what is it? Oh, so hard for me to read, man. BD1N steel. How about that for a departure, right? So there's Feist number 2. And then I had to own the Feist XL. I had to get one. Same knife, just seems like a little more practical size, and I think this one's in 154 cm. It's got that wonderful Kizer micarta liner lock, drop shut, crown spine. It's basically the small one, but bigger. Like they didn't really change it. They just upped, like I guess they took the design and blew it up by 25%, right? Yeah, very nice. 3 versions of the Feist. Get all these back. Yeah, I had to keep that original, man. And then this titanium blacked out version. Yeah, I had to add it. It's too cool. What do we got here? This is a Kizer River Cat. Look at the milling on this thing. Full titanium scales, reversible pocket clip, S35BN steel. Hollow ground again. Look at the edge on this one. Pretty sure I have worked this edge. Woof. Yep. Tomcat knives design. River Cat. Wonderful ergos. Just the hand just tucks in on there. Nice jimping on the spine. Traditional blade. Very cool. And the milling. Just knocks it out of the park, right? Wonderful action on this thing. Let's get an up close of that milling. Look at that stuff. Gorgeous. Yep, I like it, man. Their early days, so creative with the titanium. We've got time. We're going to keep it moving. Here's another one that's got wonderful milling in the titanium. This is the Shoal. The Kizer Shoal. It's Kim Ning design, titanium pocket clip, titanium scales, frame lock. It's on bearings, back flipper only, snappy, hollow ground again, S35VN steel. It's got a slight recurve to it. Just a wonderful little pocket knife. Yep. Drop shut. Very cool. Next. There's another one with some wonderful milling on it. I believe this is Kizer's version of the Pelican. You got Concept's version, and then somebody else got a version. Yeah, this is a Pelican Mini. Cameron design, I believe. Titanium pocket clip, titanium backspacer, frame lock, S35VN steel. Wonderful action, very comfortable in hand. And I think I did a comparison between this and the Concept version, And in my opinion, this Kizer version was the better version. It won the little shootout, so to speak, that I had between the pelicans. Which pelican will prevail? Yep, very cool. Next, we got to get through this row now. We're this deep in. This is the Matanzas. Nick Swan design, titanium with carbon fiber insert, S35VN steel. This was a used piece that I picked up. I've had several of these new, and I believe that I've sold them off, and I decided to keep the used piece. This was a used piece that I picked up that I tumbled the blade, I tumbled the scales, just cleaned it up because it was in pretty rough shape. So I sharpened it and tumbled it and cleaned it up, and it's wonderful. Yeah, I really like this Matanzas. Very cool piece, and I think there's a couple of different blade shapes for the Matanzas as well. Yeah, this is I can't remember what the other blade shape is, but this is the one that I preferred. Next, okay, got a couple of these. We'll get these out. This is what's this one? The Flash Bang, and this one's in M390 steel. It's got the skull pattern into the titanium pocket clip that's been anode. Yep, the Flash Bang, hollow ground, recurve, S35VN blade, and then I also have another skull version that is the Dorado, and it's also got a recurve hollow ground, titanium scales with an anode titanium pocket clip. How about that? Like they just kept the theme, right? Pretty cool. And so once I had one of these, I don't remember which one I had, but once I had one, it became my mission. I had to find the other. Yeah, I couldn't have one of those without the other, but I was able to get one. Next, yeah, these are still kind of available. You can find them out there. This is a Kizer T1, and there's new models now. I'm pretty sure I did a video not too awful long ago of the two different versions. There's a clutch lock and a top liner button lock version of the T1 now. And both of those are excellent. They really are. But this original titanium S35VN version, mm-hmm, money. Yeah, just traditional pocket clip lines. This thing's wonderful in hand. What a great pocket knife. Excellent. The T1. Next, what do we got? This is a Grazioso? No, this is the PPY. It's got the cool little copper infused scales, the copper bolsters, and I believe S35VN steel on the blade on this one. Yep, liner lock. And now this is kind of a modern Kizer. Look at that action. Oh my goodness. Yeah, just wonderful. Excellent action. The Kizer PPY. There's budget versions of this that are really reasonable. This one, it's reasonable, but reasonable for what it is. Yeah, it's not cheap. This is the spendy version, but there's other versions with I believe 154 cm steel, G10 scales, that kind of thing that are pretty affordable. This is an underrated knife in my opinion. This is a Kizer clutch. And boy, I really like these. There's a couple of versions. You got this micarta insert version, and then I believe there's a carbon fiber version. And I've owned several of both of these versions, and this is the one that I kept. All of the others I sold, or am selling. S35VN steel. It's got a hand finish on the flats. It's a liner lock, but basically a frame lock, right? If you deal with this micarta insert titanium pocket clip, and oh, is this knife wonderful? Yeah, just absolutely tucks into the hand. very lightweight, excellent action. Look at that action on that thing. Drop shut, slick. I love this Kizer clutch. Very cool. And I do think the texture that's been milled into the micarta adds to why I chose this one over the carbon fiber version. Yeah, I dig that clutch, the Kizer clutch. Going to keep it moving. Same knife at the end here. This is a Kizer Veritas. And I've got two of these. And I've owned several of these as well. Another really underrated Kizer, in my opinion. The triangle millwork that's in the titanium is just awesome. And then on the blacked out version, it's S35VN steel. I think it's a DLC coating, but then they did Damascus on the pivot. Pretty cool. These come with a hidden plate that you can reverse a pocket clip. You can take it out and put it on this side, and that little plate matches the milling on the knife. So it kind of becomes invisible. You can see the different surface preparation on it, but if you turn it at certain angles, it just flat disappears there. This is a standard version that was gray titanium, and I sent it over to my guy Colin, and he anodized this up. Look at the purple and gold. He rocked up the pocket clip, and the purple is on the inside of the triangles with the gold prominent on the outside. Did this one up. And underrated knife, reverse flick, thumb flick, and it's got a nice front flipper that's super intuitive. Just on and over. Yep, wonderful. I like these Veratas. They are way underrated, in my opinion. Dig them. Very comfortable in hand, very capable. Hey, so we're through another row. We're just a tick over 20 minutes, and so we're going to wrap up this section of Kizer knives. There's one hiding there. I better move that up here somewhere. So let's go right there. And we'll be back, and we'll finish up this case. I appreciate you watching.